Bernard again, sorry, unfortunately again, is here. It says, 2014 confab is like giving a dog a bone while the stealing goes on. Somebody has a bone to crush with former Vice President Atiku. Why didn't he call for this while he was in power? I think there's an ulterior motive. Let me see something else that says something. Okay, someone is saying pride and shame wouldn't allow APC to implement the 2014 confab because they pulled out, yet it was a success. So he's basically saying that whether elected, whether you pulled out, some of the recommendations there are quite engaging. Please, no, this is not good for television. Please don't abuse our guests. Okay, let me flip to another platform and see what we all have there. Wow. This is pouring in torrents. I'd like to give all of you a chance, but I'm seeing a lot of statements here that are not... you don't want to use this kind of words on television because you're abusing my guests. Okay, someone says, I may agree for restructuring of some state institutions. This is from Alkali. State institutions. Perhaps when we take it up from there, people will become so independent that they won't even bother what happens. I don't know if that's the point he's trying to make. Someone else says, our major problem are the politicians, especially state governors. Restructuring of Nigeria, this is by Jay Wonder, goes a long way for a better nation. Akali again, what Nigeria needs is devolution of powers, not restructuring.
That is restructuring. Devolution is
I think it's the same word.
It's the same word.
It's just semantics.
Yes, coming through another angle. It's the same thing.
Ate Isaac Taiwo says, we need an effective restructuring if it is proposed, or if its purpose is based on true transparency. That's a whole lot of demand. You don't need a soothsayer to know that Nigeria needs urgent restructuring. And this is from Roman Akot. Thank you for bringing those conversations in. Continue to bring them in. Let's have a little talk around this.
Like,
as we close to, we're costing up. Look at the time.
When I roll out those resources, you see, presently, the state governments their hands are tied. We have what is called exclusive legislative list, concurrent list, and residual list. No state government can mine any mineral resource because it is under exclusive legislative list. And those that are afraid because of economy that if we restructure, that some people will be shortchanged. You shouldn't. There is no state in Nigeria that does not have a large deposit.
The federal government is looking for, frantically looking for oil in the northeast. Is that not part of restructuring?
Of course. Maybe if they are fine.
I think we don't need to go to
if they are fine oil, maybe
extent of putting everything as restructuring. What is basically wrong with this country? It's not that we have not been restructuring.
Okay.
We have not started. We have not started restructuring at all.
Some Nigerians want to play to the gallery by talking to catch supports and possibly win people's votes in the future when they want to contest by condemning what is presently happening and saying Nigeria needs to restructure. Restructure. I've had a state governor recently say that restructuring should involve dissolving the state and creating 6
away from how it should actually happen.
That is
I think away from how it should actually happen. Do we agree that there has to always be a retweaking as we go along?
That's what we have been doing. We do not need a fresh restructuring like many of us are propagating.
Okay.
Because
you think that's a recipe for anarchy? I mean, because you vehemently oppose that. The way people are, the erroneous, you use the word erroneous.
Yes.
Why do you think it's erroneous?
Because now we started with parliamentary democracy. We went, tried the military force.
Particularly
that's I'm going to answer.
Those are ties of government.
That's ties.
Give me one example of the restructuring model they suggested that you think is erroneous.
Nobody has suggested the model. They only talk about restructuring as if restructuring is a package that you can buy from.
Yes. That's just one. He talked about policing. That's about 2. He also mentioned the fact that regional powers can also galvanize to the point where they become independent. We talked about
those are things that we tried before,
and it didn't work.
And it didn't work. It didn't work. Otherwise, we'll be you take 2 steps forward and you march back in 3 steps.
Sir, you are victimizing me here. God is my witness. You are victimizing me to the church after this set of deliverance.
Take him.
Instead of taking side with you,
you just face it. You need deliverance. First,
this is interesting. This is interesting.
Now,
you are meant to stop there. Let's have this point.
Why do you feel threatened?
I'm not threatening.
I don't know.
I'm not threatening at all.
There's a point he was making.
Wait.
Because you will soon tell me it's time out.
There's no restructuring model that you buy from.
We are not talking of model now.
So when people talk of restructuring,
do we agree?
They are just following.
No, do we agree?
Without really having.
We should conduct a referendum.
Referendum for
whether we should restructure or not. Nice, we start from there. Even Britain,
referendum to do what?
Great
Britain. What is the restructuring model you are talking about?
Great Britain, your colonial master, recently had a referendum whether to exit Brexit, Euro or not.
Yes.
So and they had it, and the vote 50.5% to 49.5%.
Yes, don't waste time.
No. That's the type of thing we want. Britain exited. Europe.
See the problem we have.
I've seen another perspective. I think it's a little. It says Nigeria does not need restructuring. We just need implementation of present laws.
We should. No, we need institutions. And the beginning of institutions is restructuring.
Yeah, mention one.
We need. For example, we need state police. We need federal police to work hand in hand. The federal, you cannot send somebody from Agbara or Dizo to my village in Moru to go and keep law and order. He doesn't know the terrain.
But the police are taking care of that.
That is why they are a crime. The crime rate.
They are taking care of that.
They are not taking care of anything.
In their postings of officers.
Hold on. Okay, I'm going to give my director is telling me I have to time you guys, and I'm going to give you. He's asked for 30, but I'm going to plead for 32, 35 seconds each.
Let it start.
I'll still time you. You start at 35.
No problem. No problem.
Let it start. I have timer here.
My closing note is that Nigerians should not get carried away by the gallery campaigns for restructuring of a fresh trial by error governance. 2, instead, let us all face our identified challenges and join hands with President Muhammadu Buhari and the APC to institute accelerated development of our economy and tackle corruption and confront insecurity. So help us God.
Corruption and economy development cannot be achieved without adequate restructuring. A restructuring in which people will have sense of belong is what we need now. The rate of crime, the indicators of failed state are so many in Nigeria. It has failed a priori, as it were. So we now need a restructuring that will give autonomous to each indivisible state. Nigeria as a country remains indivisible.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think I like the note on which we ended, or we will be ending today's conversation. Technically, if you listen and follow through, you would have noticed that two of our guests really are thinking in the same direction. Their mode or their journey, the travel journey may just be different. Nigeria needs the best, we deserve the best, and we will surely get the best. That's been our package tonight on Face Up. Join us again next week. Bye for now.